The deadhead is that person wherever they turn up in society that's looking for an adventure in America, something to do that's not like what everybody else does, and a chance to get out and scare themselves a little.
Left my home in Norfolk, City, California on my mind. Standing like Greyhound and Road in Grass Valley on the Cross Carolina. Dropped in Charlotte and bypass, rocking up and never was a minute late. We was 90 miles out of Atlanta by sundown, rolling across the Georgia state. As the bullets told, it turned into a struggle right way across Alabama.
For me, pretty much kind of defined, it's part of who I am. It, it was my race, my religion, where I came from, and Deadhead's a label that I put on myself, without a doubt. What does it say about me? It says that it says I'm a big fan of the Grateful Dead.
As a community, it's really all about kindness to strangers, and the music is part of it, but it's really about an essence of everybody just digging the earth the same way and each other, and going to a show is really just a celebration of all that, and the music kind of is just part of it.
I think that it takes a certain type of person to be a Deadhead. And so, here's this band that is playing this music that is so completely weird and non-commercial and so out there, yet so many people tapped into it. I always like to say that, we were born with a special psychedelic DNA in order to, connect with that music. And so, like-minded music for like-minded souls. What is a Deadhead? A Deadhead is someone who appreciates the music. But I think also Deadheads are kind people. They treat people kind. They're aware of things. And these are people that care about issues. They care about politics. They care about the environment. They care about food. They care about how we're treating the environment and things like that. And so, what is a Deadhead? We're all Deadheads if you like that music.
There's so many different kinds of people that are deadheads. And I think that, deadhead, for some people, you say it and they just think hippie. But the truth is, there are so many different kinds of people who are into the Grateful Dead and who would consider themselves deadheads. Everybody from, politicians and judges to people who are hippies and do live out of vans. And so to say that there's no such thing as like a hippie deadhead is completely false. But there's also, deadhead business people, and there's deadhead lawyers and all sorts of things. So as many different people as you find in the real world, there's deadheads like that.
I grew up in Mississippi, right? And in Mississippi, it's very, very conservative. People judge you based on the way that you look, the way that you dress, your religion, your sexual orientation. And when I was a teenager, I struggled with depression pretty badly. So I found the Dead at about that point, right? I found this group of people who they didn't care what you did. They didn't care, your age, your race, religion, sexual orientation. They didn't care about any of this stuff. All they really cared about was that you were there.
They are open to a lot of things, not only musically, but culturally. Across the whole spectrum, really. I think it really opened my eyes up, and anyone I've talked to opened their eyes up to a world of new music, new art, acceptance of people, no matter what they look like, who they are. Just we share a common bond. I think that helps a lot.
I saw the Dead at the Hartford Civic Center for the first time ever in 1983. It was the first time I had seen, in the rock and roll setting, music as a community builder, where the band members were all listening to each other and improvising. The audience was an active participant in the musical event. It totally changed my concept.
That improvisation is what captured me, and I think that's what captures a lot of people, that they don't want to go see a band that plays the same songs in the same order every single night of the tour. So the Dead were able to mix their music up at different tempos, throw different things in there to make it exciting for themselves and to explore new avenues of music, just to kind of go off the straight and narrow path.
When I see those guys settle into something together and get on it and follow it, it just impresses me so much more than seeing a band that I know rehearsed that moment. To see them kind of like possibly meander a bit, or like go someplace that they haven't gone, and then that moment that they lock into something is like such a, and you can see the joy on their faces too.
Because they're all very distinct individuals, and they were all really talented musicians and unique in the way that they approach their instruments. And it's just like if you got to listen to really intelligent, interesting people have a conversation, and you got to just sort of listen in and hear what their thoughts were and be surprised by their thoughts. And then hear them respond to each other and sort of build on themes and build on ideas. The Grateful Dead was a very high-level musical conversation. And I think the more that the audience got into it and really supported the conversation, it gave the musicians more permission to take more chances.
At every show, there's going to come a certain point where the band locks in with the audience and the crowd just erupts. It could be at any song at any given point, usually during an instrumental somewhere, and everybody's on the money. All 6 guys in the band, 30,000 people just get it at once, and the place just erupts. Yeah, one of the most amazing experiences I had was October 12th, 1989, Meadowlands Arena. They were playing Birdsong, and right before the big jam in the middle of the song, where Jerry says snow and rain, he paused. 16,000 people said snow and rain without him, and every light in the place went down on him. His big golden hair, big white hair, and this blue light shined off of it. And then he said snow and rain.
I'll show you snow and rain.
And it was, I have this image, it burned into my brain. It was like a religious experience. And it was one of the most amazing things that I think I have ever seen. It stuck with me forever.
The Mickey Hart Band, what Mickey did was he worked with astronomers and physicists. And he took light waves from stars, right, from the birth of stars and from supernovas or the death of stars, from galaxies and from our own sun. And he transformed those light waves into sound waves, and he played an entire series of shows, mixing and integrating all of these sound waves in together so that whenever you looked up at the nighttime sky, you could hear the songs that the heavens were singing to you. I saw them 8 times. Those were the most that I saw anyone, because the feeling that I got listening to that was pretty well indescribable. I got chills. I get chills thinking about it.
So when I'm with Dead and Company, I am a part of the band. I play the guitar. Bob Weir sings. Billy plays the drums. Mickey plays the drums. I'm there, not as a star. I'm there to help that crowd go to that place. Yeah.
Walk me out in the morning dew, my walk me out in the morning dew today.
I think anytime when it turns like summer, I think about going to shows in the summer, and that was, it was so different to see them at all these different places, but going to some of these outdoor concerts and being young and sort of having a summer break, literally being like, I'm done with whatever I have to do. I have months where I have nothing I have to do. This is all I'm doing. And I'm outside, I'm with people who are loving life, and I'm listening to the music that I love more than anything, and I'm dancing. And I think all of that together creates this real feeling of like freedom and expansiveness, where you can just like appreciate and take in all the things around you and really just enjoy, that moment and enjoy life. And I'm really glad that I've had that experience with the Grateful Dead, because it does you know, if you hold on to that, you can translate it to other parts of your life, and you can like bring that joy into other experiences too. And I think maybe more than anything, maybe that's what it means to be a Deadhead. You know, taking the joy that you get from the music and figuring out how to work it into the rest of your life.
The best was Mickey said when the Chicago shows was over, Mickey came out and he said, just remember this feeling, carry it with you, and be kind.
Please, this feeling we have here, remember it. Take it home and do some good with it. Hug your husband, wife, kids. I leave you with this. Please, be kind.
We just lost it, you know. I mean, and that's really what it is. It's trying to live that way as much as possible.